3, 2, 1, go. You are listening to The Bad Boy Radio Show with Mr. Locario and Miles Cunningham. This is that real shit, not that fake shit. The only radio show that's not afraid to tell you the truth about the game. This is The Bad Boy Radio Show. Remember, the truth is inside you.
All right, people, what up, what up, what up, what up?
Yeah.
It is The Bad Boy Show with Mr. Locario and Miles Cunningham. What's the deal? What's the deal, Miles? What's going on, y'all?
Chilling, man, chilling. Just got back to my headquarters. So, it's back to business. You feel me?
Exactly.
What's good with you?
I'm just trying to, keep the shit gangster, man. You know what I'm saying? Just fucking out here, just trying to keep the game going, man. Because, it's tough. It's tough, man. You just got to keep doing what you got to do, So we gonna get it popping. So today we're gonna be talking about the illusion of competition in the dating game. Okay, because because we get a lot of dudes who's always like, oh, this guy, he looks better than me, so he's gonna get more girls, and it's because of your race, and since I'm a nigger, white girls don't want to suck my dick, all that dumb shit. You feel what I'm saying? So we're gonna get into that shit today. You feel me? But before we do that, we're gonna take a quick break. When we come back, we're gonna get into some news. All right. So you guys are listening to The Bad Boy Show.
Hey, what's up? It's dating and life coach Mr. Locario. Go to badboymembership.com and master the dating game by joining my Bad Boy membership program. In this program, you'll receive 45 through 90-minute, easy-to-follow, step-by-step dating advice tutorials that's guaranteed to help you attract, date, and have sex with beautiful women. Join the Bad Boy membership today by going to badboymembership.com. That's badboymembership.com.
Introducing Ital Roots Jamaican Roots Drink, a perfect blend of health-enriching tropical fruits and naturally powerful male libido-enhancing herbs. Voted best-tasting roots drink in the market and made from superior high-end holistic natural materials. The main ingredient in Ital Roots is Cheney root, a well-known tropical aphrodisiac discovered in Jamaica for men with low energy or low sex drive. It's very high in iron content. This makes it excellent for cleansing and building up the blood cells wherever your body needs it. Buy on Amazon.com or JuiceForLifePlus.com. That's juice, the number 4, life, PLUS.com.
Yeah, we back. We are back.
All right.
On The Bad Boy Show. So we got some stuff in the news, people. We got some stuff in the news. So, comedian and activist Dick Gregory just passed away. He was, I think, 84 years old. And it's crazy because, like, I've seen interviews with Dick Gregory over the years. I didn't even know he was a comedian. That's how, new I was on, about, learning about him. You know what I'm saying? Because I just saw, interviews for the past, few years. You know what I'm saying? And he was always talking about, a lot of stuff going on in life and in current events. And he used to talk about a whole bunch of, almost like insider conspiracy stuff. You know what I mean?
Right.
And the thing I liked about him the most was when he would be interviewed by people and he would basically shit on them. Like, he would yell at them and be like, yo, what the he's, and it's funny because I always feel like as you get older, you have less and less tolerance for bullshit. So it's kind of
right.
You know what I mean? He had that he's like that grandfather that really don't put up with no bullshit type of shit. You feel what I'm saying? And so that's what I liked about him. He had that energy. You feel what I'm saying? And he used to be, spitting a lot of game about what's going on out here and all this other stuff. But at least he lived. At least I say if you pass 80 something years old, you know what I mean, and you've lived that long, you know what I'm saying? That's a blessing that you were even, you could actually live that long. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
So, but I just, rest in peace to him. And, shout out to his family and friends and all that other good stuff. And, there's a lot of, footage and interviews. 'Cause this dude been around for a long time. Like, he used to rock with like Martin Luther King and Malcolm X and all those cats back in the day. He tried to like run for mayor at some point. And
no, he tried to, they did a campaign where they were encouraging people to write him in. It was for president.
Wow. That's crazy.
Yeah. Because, I don't know if anybody knows this, but according to Democratic policy, if you don't like any of the people running, you can actually write in another name on the ballot.
Right. That's crazy.
So they were encouraging people to write him in for president.
Oh wow, I didn't even know that. That's crazy.
I saw the news clipping of it this morning when I was thumbing through Facebook and shit.
Right. That's crazy.
They were saying, write in Dick Gregory for president. I was like, wow, that's dope.
Right. So rest in peace, Dick Gregory, man. And definitely check out all his stuff on YouTube and check out all the stuff he's been doing and all that good stuff. All right. So now, in other news, your dude Mystical the rapper, he's wanted for rape again because it was something that happened. It was him and two other guys, and I guess they was fucking around with some chick, and now the chick is saying that shit popped off. So now he's on I think like $2 million bail or some shit, and I'm just like,
oh my God.
Yeah, I'm just like, damn, because didn't he was accused of rape before, right? Like he got arrested and all that and went to jail for this shit, right?
Yeah, he went to jail for this shit.
Right. So I'm like, that's not looking good for him. Cause like usually, cause this is the thing. Sometimes like if you just hear somebody being accused of rape, you know what I'm saying? It's like not necessarily like you're taking it with a grain of salt, but sometimes you have to like still question shit. You know what I mean? Because sometimes it's not really even a rape. It could be just some chick who,
a misunderstanding.
Right, exactly. You know what I'm saying? And not to put, to shed, like to make light of rape, but this is the reality. You understand? There's times where guys actually didn't do shit, but the chick, she'll, you know what I'm saying? She'll say it is, you know what I mean? But for Mystical, it's not looking good for the fact that he was already, he already went to jail for the shit before. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So now it's gonna be harder to like, you know what I'm saying, give him that benefit of the doubt. And the thing is, and this is the thing that you gotta understand is that when you get in situations like that, you have to like, dude, you gotta be like extremely careful about how you move, like for forever. You understand what I'm saying? Like someone like OJ needs to be extremely careful about being around white women. You feel what I'm saying? At this point, you know what I mean? Like, it's certain things you got to just be like, okay, let me
be careful about being around anybody.
Exactly right. You know what I mean? So, now real talk, and it's just like, damn. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, man. If I was Mystical, I'm sorry, I have to have cameras on me at all times, yo. Like for real. Like, I have to hire a fucking video team to film me around, especially when I'm dealing with chicks. Like it got to be a goddamn reality show. Like they'll run the tape back so you can see what really went down. Cause I'm just like, shit, that's crazy, man. Cause it's like, you don't want to, he getting caught up in that. And when's the last time you heard Mystical doing anything music related or whatever? You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Where's the music at, bro?
It's like, damn, bro. It's like, see, that's right. You got to focus. If he was in the studio, just focused on the joints, and maybe this shit wouldn't happen. I don't know, but it's man, it is what it is. I mean, hopefully this shit ain't true. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully this shit don't go down, because you don't want any of that shit to go down. You don't want it to be a real thing that it actually happened. You know what I mean? And you don't want him to end up having to go to jail for, some bullshit or whatever. But, we'll see what happens. And we'll see what's going down with this shit, But anyway, so next story, this shit is hilarious to me. So in Australia, they are having a Straight Lives Matter rally. Okay.
Nice.
So basically, the Straight Lives Matter rally is to bring awareness and to shed light on the fact that Australians are saying that they want to keep the family values, pure and how it's supposed to be, because they're saying that, they don't want to, they're basically fighting against gay marriage, because in Australia, they said that Australia is the, I think the only English speaking country that still has a ban on gay marriage. Right. And then so what was interesting was in the story, they were saying that there's a website that, talks about this. And they were saying on the website that the reason why they don't want the gay marriage to happen is because they said that the gay marriage could open the Pandora's box to polygamy and also lowering the age of consent. You feel what I'm saying? So they're saying, like, if we get this gay marriage popping, then everything is going to be, a wrap. You know what I'm saying? So, they're like, yo, we want this straight lives rally or straight lives matter stuff to pop off. You know what I'm saying? But, it's interesting though, because I feel like it's like everything is turning gay. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's turning gay. So, because this is the thing. Is one thing, like, because you could look at it objectively like this. You could say, well, for a long time, gay people were like, they say, hey, you couldn't be gay. Everyone was in a closet. It was, it was taboo. And if you were caught out there, it'll be an issue. And now we're sort of opening up the society. Is like, okay, it's cool to be gay. There's nothing wrong with it. Everybody's gay. Who cares? You know what I mean? But then it's sort of spilling over, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? For what I'm saying, it's sort of spilling over to, like, now everything is gay, and then now the straightness is gonna be how the gay shit was. But now motherfuckers gonna be getting straight bashed and shit. You know what I mean? It's like so. But
it's already happening. It's already fucking happening.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I don't know, man. Because I remember I had a conversation with this. I had a conversation about this with somebody, and it's like, you ever been in a room full of people and you're saying 2 + 2 is 4,
right?
And they're looking at you like, nah, 2 + 2 is 4.5.
Right,
you know
exactly. 2 + 2 is whatever you want it to be.
Like what? Like, yeah, exactly. Like, oh, it's whatever it wanted to be. Like, nah, like I'm cool with. See, the thing is, at some point, you have to be cool with reality the way it is, though.
Right, exactly.
You understand what I'm saying? Like, do what you want to do and believe what you want to believe, and, you should have the freedom to do that.
Right.
But, nigga, water's wet, son.
Right, exactly.
You feel me?
Right.
Like, water's fucking wet. See, like, if I hold something up and I let it go, it's going to fall to the ground because there's fucking gravity, okay?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, stop fucking with me and trying to make me think differently than reality. Like, that's the only thing that kills me. So, I mean, I don't know. Maybe there's really gay people. I mean, it's still up for debate. I mean, like, naturally gay people, like, people just come out that way.
Right.
Or maybe it has to do with them being abused or whatever. I'm not sure. But don't act like, I can't celebrate me being straight traditionally just because you don't identify with it. You see what I'm saying? Like,
right.
Don't. It's like they putting that shit on niggas. Like, that's, I don't know. It's
right.
terrible.
That's the thing. It's like, okay, because I'm like, yo, be gay and you be straight and you be whoever the fuck type of shit you want to be. My thing is that I don't like when it's a thing that is trying to overtake. You understand? It's like when chicks be on that feminism shit. It's like, okay, if you trying to claim that feminism is about equality, then cool. But then why is it that you're trying to dominate with your feminism? You see what I'm saying?
Right.
It's that type of shit.
And you're trying to infiltrate every fucking thing.
Right. You know what I'm saying?
Like, even if they're not interested in it, it's like, well, there should be some type of feminine thing represent. Like, all right, for example, the other day when LeVar Ball was talking on that sports show,
right?
And he was like, the big baller brand, the big baller brand, is what it is. And she's like, oh well, you should try to market to more women.
Right.
And he was like, the big baller brand don't market to women. The clothing is not for women; it's for men.
Right.
See what I'm saying?
Right.
But she's like, well, you should do this and you should do that. It's like, no, bitch, I came out with my brand for dudes.
Right.
And
right.
if chicks want to rock, if chicks want to rock it, they can rock it. But it's for guys. You know?
Right. Right.
Like, why do I have to fucking switch up my shit just because of some new age, you know, politically correct nonsense? Like, no,
right.
This is what it is. I had a vision, and this is what my vision is. Like, why you can't just respect me like how I'm supposed to respect your gay ass?
Right, exactly,
or how
exactly.
I'm supposed to respect your feminine ass,
Mm-hmm.
like, or you know, or feministic ass, like whatever. I like. It's cool, but don't be trying to tell me I got to switch up just because you're quote unquote triggered or uncomfortable. You know what I'm saying?
Right, exactly. Nah, but that's how you know shit goes, man. It's like there always got to be a fucking like thing that gotta overtake shit. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, yo, like just let shit be. You know what I mean? Like, and that's why you have all these. See, anytime when you have some shit where a person or a group or whatever is trying to dominate, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. It's always gonna be friction. You feel me? So it's like, cause it's right. Like, let's say for example that, you know, let's say in our lifetime, who knows? I don't know. Maybe not in our lifetime, but maybe later, right? That black people actually getting some respect. You feel what I'm saying? You know, like they start getting respect like how the gay niggas is getting respect. You feel what I'm saying? To a certain extent, right? Now, I wouldn't want it to be where now everything gotta be about black people. You understand what I'm saying?
Exactly.
It's like no, just everybody just be them and we chill and that's it. Like, why the fuck, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's always gotta be some bullshit where somebody gotta be over a motherfucker. Like, nah, just you do you. I'm gonna do me, she gonna do her, and then we just chill. Like, it's like everything gotta be a big deal. Now it's like with the whole gay thing, it's like if you don't wanna acknowledge gayness or even like the whole transgender thing, if you're just like, well, I'm not with that, they're like, oh, you're homophobic and you're heterosexist and this and that and you know what I mean? It's like, relax, I just don't fuck with it. I'm good. Do you? I'm just saying I don't fuck with it.
Yeah, I'm not right. I'm not trying to stop you from doing you.
Right.
I'm just not fucking with it.
Right.
Like, period, man.
It's like
how I didn't go to the fucking rallies in Charlottesville.
Right.
It's the same way I don't have to go to your fucking pride parade. I don't
exactly.
have to. Like,
exactly.
You know what I'm saying? I don't have to care that it's there, and you know what I'm saying. Like, I don't have to worry about that shit. Like,
right.
You know, but you know, it's crazy, man.
It's like
crazy.
They want you to fucking like convert to their religion. You feel what I'm saying? That's what it is. That's what it is, man. But anyway, so in other news, Des Bryant refuses to address, you know, the protests of the national anthem, you know, with Colin Kaepernick taking a knee, and who wasn't it? Some other dude that took a knee the other day or sat down? Was it
it was Beast Mode. Marshawn Lynch.
Right. So this dude Des Bryant basically saying, look, I got a family to feed, and I ain't fucking with y'all niggas. You feel what I'm saying? He's like, I'm not fucking with y'all. I'm trying to get this money. Yo, like, and it's funny though. And see, that's the dilemma that black people are in. You understand? And it was funny because I was watching somebody, I think it was a video or audio the other day, and they was talking about this whole situation with Colin Kaepernick, and they was saying that it's kind of sad that we're begging the NFL to give him a job. You understand what I'm saying? It's like, you know, like, we're like, oh, that's messed up. We're going to boycott you if you don't give Colin Kaepernick his job back and blah, blah, blah. It's like you're begging the people who are oppressing you and shitting on you for a job. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's like, damn, you know, it's just, and that's the dilemma with the whole situation. You know what I mean? And it's like, so this dude, Des Bryant, he's like, yo, I ain't really trying to, because he said on his Twitter, basically, he was like, look, you know, it's not that I don't care, and you know, I support my black people, but at the end of the day, I got a family to feed, so this ain't the time for me to be on that shit. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
So he's so he's on that. So it's on one aspect, you know, like I could see where he's coming from. You know what I'm saying? On one aspect, but on another aspect, it's kind of like, man, you know, like they got you by the balls, dog. You know what I'm saying? Like you know what I mean? Like you just. But this is why I don't understand. Like, I don't know how much this nigga's getting paid. You feel what I'm saying? Right. But I'm just like, you know, I'm sure niggas get paid millions of dollars. You feel what I'm saying? I'm sure of it. I'm sure these dudes, 'cause I'm not sure if Des Bryant getting paid millions, but you know, I'm sure a lot of these dudes is getting paid a good amount. I'm saying like at least a few million, you know, of a couple of them. I don't know like how all of the, you know, like NFL players getting all that other shit, but I'm just like, okay, let's say last year I made $25 million. You feel what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I would kind of be like, yo, well, I'll be like, yo, fuck y'all. I'm good. I got 25 million, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna do my own shit. Like at this point, I have enough money to do my own shit. So why do I need to keep working with you? You see what I'm saying? But see, that worker mentality is deep. You feel what I mean? Like,
it goes deep. It really does go deep. But another thing on a more practical level, though, like when you're in certain contracts and situations,
right?
Like it's hard for you to maneuver and say certain things because, I mean, shit, you see what they do in the Colin Kaepernick.
Right. That is true too.
Like, he's still a viable talent as far as the sport goes, but nobody wants to give him a job,
right?
Just because of all this race shit,
right?
So it's like, you know, because there's a whole lot of stuff that goes in with what you can and can't say during these press conferences, and on top of that, you have an obligation to speak to the press if they want to speak to you. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So you have to be careful, you know, because you have to say something, but you have to be careful what you say. You understand what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Because if you talk bad about the league or whatever the fuck, they could stop your money. Now, if these niggas are smart enough to pull out some of the money and leave it as cash or give some of the money to their mother to hold for them or some shit like that, then that's one thing. But a lot of these dudes, they're not thinking like that. They're like, yo, I got millions in the bank and it don't matter. But there's probably clauses in these fucking niggas' contract that says, since all the money that or the majority of the money that you're getting paid is from our league, if you do anything to fuck up relations between our league and, you know, like the fans or whatever,
right,
then we can literally like freeze your
assets
account.
And accounts and it's crazy.
You know what I'm saying?
You're probably right.
Probably pay niggas. Yeah, they pay niggas with direct deposit, and it's like, well, we know what account we're sending the money to, so we got since you fucking shit up, and we don't know how much damage your words might do. Our lawyers have you know, made an executive decision to fucking freeze your account until further notice.
Right.
It's a lot of shit like that. It's a whole lot of shit like that. So, you know, like these, and you're right. Like these niggas they got them by the balls for real. And on top of that, the worker mentality puts them in a place where they make certain decisions that don't allow them to have any freedom. You know what I'm saying?
It's real talk, and it's fucked up because even though, and I was thinking, even though they got the money, there's still probably like just in general the whole backlash or the, you know, the fact that, like, because let's say you got any of these players, they got, let's say $20 million, and they say, you know what, I'm a not fuck with y'all NFL niggas anymore, I'm gonna go do my own thing. And let's say this player does some shit specifically for like black people or some shit, like I'm gonna open up a school and I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. And then they probably looking at this nigga like, hold on, what you doing with that money? You feel what I'm saying? Like, and then try to fucking sabotage his whole shit. You feel what I'm saying? So, you know, it's a lot of shit behind the scenes that I think that goes on that we probably don't even know about, which is why other, you know, certain cats don't do certain things. You feel what I'm saying? Because I always thought about that shit too. Like just in general, like what all the politics and craziness that goes on. Cause like I even thought about this with actors and shit. I always said to myself, why doesn't like Samuel L. Jackson or you know, Denzel Washington start their own fucking thing? You feel what I'm saying? Like, why are they still just being in movies? You feel what I mean? Like, I understand, like, do that, but what about the other shit? I just don't know. But anyway, There might be some other red tape in that arena, or some backlash, or some toe stepping on and all that other dumb shit. Who knows? You know what I mean? So they probably gotta fuck somebody to get into the into the fucking next level. I don't know. But anyway,
nah, man, it's the same shit. Just like how your boy Bill Cosby got fucked up because he was trying to buy in NBC.
Right.
Like these niggas, they'll make you rich. You got to remember, wealth and power are two different things.
Right. Exactly. Real shit.
Because when you could have money, but because you don't really know what to do with it, you're powerless.
Right.
Like you're spending money just to spend, like you buying diamonds and all this dumb shit. But when you have power, sometimes you don't even need money because you have influence. You could get people with money to do things. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
And that's the position they never want us in, that type of position. You know what I'm saying? And when I say us, I'm not talking about black people. I'm talking about people who may have an agenda that goes against what the elite is trying to do.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? In general.
Right.
So because you got some white people, or Hispanic or whatever, it don't matter what race you're from. If you're doing anything to empower like the masses or to make it seem like, you can possibly start some type of revolution or some type of change that'll be detrimental to the pockets of the niggas that be at the Bertles, be at all these Rothschild meetings and all these JP Morgan Chase type niggas, they will stop you dead in your tracks, and next thing you know, I mean, shit. Look at JFK.
Right.
Look at fucking JFK.
Right.
They shot that nigga in broad daylight next to his wife.
Right. You know what I'm saying?
Like that ought to let you know what's really good. You know what I'm saying?
Pretty much. So it's crazy out here, man. It's fucking crazy, man. So basically, when you were young and in school, and they told you that you could do whatever you want in life, they was basically lying to us, right? Is that what?
Yeah, them niggas lying.
Them niggas lying. They should have been like, "Hey, Timmy, you can do what they allow you to do." Okay, that's what it really is. You know what I'm saying? Like, goddamn, it's fucking shit is crazy. Oh man, but anyway, so in the next news story, more gay shit. Hooters is shutting down because millennials are not into breast anymore. Okay, they don't like the boobs. They don't like the.
You know what? It's my fault because I haven't been to Hooters in a minute. I should have been going.
Right.
Man.
Me neither. I haven't been to that shit in a minute too. But they're basically saying like, and they said what happened was they did a recent study, and I think people between the ages of like 18 and 24. They would go on these porn sites and just weren't into looking at chicks with big breasts or whatever. You understand? So, and they said that the older generation, maybe in like their 40s or 50s, are still into breasts, but the younger ones, they're just not. So, so Hooters is about to shut down because, niggas, they just not fucking with it anymore. But it's just like damn, it's like the gay stuff is really going down, is really working. But you know what it is though? You know whose fault it really is that Hooters is shutting down? It's the MGTOW. I'm telling you, it's them. It's the MGTOW is taking over. Everybody, the MGTOW is taking over because these niggas said we're going our own way. Fuck that Hooter shit, and now shit got shut the fuck down. So, man. It's like, yo, god damn it. I'm telling you, that's the next step, man. Because like it's just like the MGTOW dudes is like that's phase one, and then they're gonna have no choice but to do that gay shit. You understand what I'm saying? It's crazy. Right. It's crazy. So it's a wrap, man. I'm like, oh my god, fucking crazy because they,
like Hooters is a fucking American tradition, son.
Right? Exactly.
Like, damn, son.
I don't get it. But because I like going, because the thing is, Hooters food is terrible. You understand? But nobody came to Hooters for the food. You know what I'm saying? You come to Hooters for the Hooters, man. You feel what I'm saying? Like, God damn, bro. Because it's like, you know, that and that's how powerful the Hooters thing was. Because imagine you go into a restaurant, but you're not going for the food. You feel what I'm saying? Like, how you do that? Like, that's crazy. like that's some other shit, man. I'm like, yo, like Hooters was that place that niggas went to with their boys, and then also the place niggas brought their girl to, so that their girl could prove that they're not the jealous type. You feel what I'm saying? Like, shout out to those ladies. You feel what I mean? That's the place women went to prove that they was down. You feel what I'm saying? Jesus Christ, man. Ugh. But anyway, so Hooters is about to be gone. It's a sad day in American history, you know, and, you know, we just got to move on. It's going to be replaced with like some fucking restaurant called Dickies, and it's going to be niggas in booty shorts with their dick out or something. I don't know, but you know, that's,
oh my God.
That's what's going to happen.
No, you know what it's going to be some shit called like Fluid or something.
Hell yeah.
Or some shit called Flow with some hit name.
Right.
And all of the fucking waitresses are going to they're going to look exactly the same.
Right.
But you're not going to know what race, what gender they are.
Exactly. Exactly. Nah, real talk. So, you know, so I'm sorry guys, Hooters is done. It's over. You know, it's a sad day. So we just gotta, you know, get over it. We gotta understand. But anyway, so before we get into, before we go and we're gonna take a subscriber email. Now, this subscriber email was super long, so I'm not gonna read the whole thing. So I'm just gonna tell you the gist of what this person was saying. Okay. So basically, in this email, this subscriber sent me, and it was basically based off of, a video I did the other day when I was talking about black men and their mindset when it comes to the game. Because, you know, they were talking about, like, I got an email from a dude. He was like, yo, it's hard for black guys, and you just got to admit that, you know, we're at the bottom of the barrel and our sexual market value is low and all this other garbage. And then so I did a video about this shit. And I was saying, yo, it's really all your mindset, and that's why you not getting chicks, and that it is basically the main thing that's what's going on, right? So I got an email from this dude, and he was basically saying like, yo, Mr. Locario, you know, you be talking all that bullshit, and what you're saying, you're just saying this stuff because you're trying to sell books. Right. So that's his main thing. He said, you're saying all these things about looks don't matter and this and that. And it's not this, it's not that because I'm trying to sell books. Right now. See, this is the thing that I have to address to you guys. Of course, I'm trying to sell books, but you have to understand this aspect. And this is why this type of thought process of, oh, I'm just trying to sell books is moronic. OK, because you can try to sell anything. Right. But if what you're trying to sell doesn't work or doesn't make sense, you understand what I'm saying, to the consumer, you can't sell it. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
So if I make a book, if I talk about the sun all the time, and I make a book and then I get on a podcast and I'm like, oh, you know, the sun is not hot. Or I make a book about water and I'm like, well, water isn't wet and you don't need to drink water to live. You understand? Motherfuckers would be like, fuck is this guy talking about? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not buying that shit. That shit is stupid. You understand? Like, this dude's a fucking moron, right? But if you look at all my videos, right, 99% of my videos have like 98% likes. There'll be like maybe 1 or 2 dislikes on most of my videos. You feel what I'm saying? So The thing is that what I'm saying actually makes sense and it's resonating with people. You understand? Which is why they buy the books. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not just saying stuff to sell books. I'm saying the truth, and then the truth sells the books. You feel what I'm saying? So you see what I mean? That's really all it is. So it's like you can't sit there and just bullshit. You understand? Because if you actually think about it, that statement is actually a diss to you guys, the audience, because that person is saying you guys are so stupid that you're buying these books that don't make sense. You feel what I'm saying? So that's a diss to y'all. You feel what I mean? So if anybody even like reads comments like that, or hears, or is hearing this email that I'm saying now, that should be insulting to you. You feel what I'm saying? So that's the thing, because and that's the thing you gotta, and this is for any people that's trying to be do business or trying to build an audience. Any of you guys out there that's trying to do that, you have to understand that you got to respect your audience. You feel what I'm saying? And it would be disrespectful of me to my audience to say some bullshit and try to pass it off as real shit and then sell you it. Now, you do have people out there who do that type of shit. Certain people do that shit. So they don't respect the audience. They're like, oh, well, these people are morons. I'm just going to say whatever, have them feel whatever, and then I'm going to sell them the shit. You feel what I'm saying? And so that audience isn't smart enough to realize that motherfucker's on bullshit. You feel what I'm saying? And so now that type of, rhetoric could be applied to that. But the thing is that the people that we talk to, you understand, the people that subscribe to the Bad Boy membership, the people that subscribe to Mr. Lucario, Miles Cunningham, the Bad Boy Show, all that other stuff, you guys are smarter than that. You understand what I'm saying? Because even the other day, if you guys are listening to the live stream me and Miles did the other day, we had a dude that called up where people call him Miles' son, where he's not really Miles' son, but I don't know, that just became a thing where they call this nigga. And the dude's 18 years old. You feel what I'm saying? And so he calls in periodically to the show. And, we was sitting there going back and forth, chopping up game. We letting him rock, talking what he's talking. And he's talking some real shit, and we going back and forth. And the one thing that I said, while you're talking, I'm listening and I'm learning. I'm recognizing what you're saying through the game. You understand? Because I'm still a student of the game, just like you're still a student, and I teach, and just like he was teaching the audience while he's talking. You feel what I'm saying? So we're going back and forth and relating. But see, if the shit was bullshit, there would be no way to really relate to it, and people would be turned off by it, and the shit would be done. You feel what I'm saying? So that's the thing that people got to understand. It's like, it's all about you, understanding what the game really is. See, the problem is that dudes are so caught up in their own sort of like thought process. And cause even I said it even in the video response that I was to the guy that was talking about, black guys can't get girls and all this other shit. In the response, I was saying that, a lot of times when people send emails, or sometimes like they have this fixed idea, they don't want to hear a different perspective, or they don't want to hear the truth. They just want validation for what they think is right. You feel what I'm saying? Right. And so that's why people get so like butthurt and all this other stuff, because they don't really want to like take into account like reality. You feel what I mean? So it's crazy. And the thing is, I'm not going to be sitting here and pretending like, oh no, I'm not trying to sell no books. I don't care about something. No, we want you motherfuckers to buy these goddamn books. You feel what I'm saying? Because that's the only way that we're able to even do this shit. You feel what I'm saying? So it's not even just about buying the books to get money. It's about the fact that we can't do what we do without y'all. You understand what I'm saying? It's period. So that's the point of all this stuff. It's a reciprocation, which is why even on the show, this is why I was saying that I was listening to the young dude, Miles' son, because it's still reciprocation. It's always a back and forth. It's just like the great rapper Andre 3000 said. He said, if you don't move your feet, then I don't eat. So we like neck to neck. You feel what I'm saying? So it's the same. It's the same thing. You feel what I mean? So it's like it can't. It's a relationship. You feel what I mean? So that's how it works. So all you guys, with the whole, you're just trying to know. Listen to what's going on. You feel what I'm saying? And then you will actually learn something. That's what it's about. You feel me? So anyway,
also I was gonna say too, like, check the consistency.
Right, exactly.
Like how long Mr. Lucario been on, talking this shit? Like,
right, exactly.
Like if anybody really been following niggas, like, yo, we had the Truth About Relationship show back in what, like 06?
Right, hell yeah.
05,
right?
Like,
Like, it's
niggas
been a minute.
on this shit for a minute, bro.
Mhm.
Like, stop the bullshit.
Exactly.
And niggas been. You can even go back and check when Mr. Lucario was a rapper. And
Right.
Trend was Trend.
Exactly.
The same. There was the basis was the lyrics. The basis of the lyrics is basically the same.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So this is niggas' truth. This is a consistent thing that we do. We don't try to come up with with what's trendy at the time or what's popping at the time.
Right.
We try to tell you whatever it is just to tell you some shit. No, niggas been on this shit for a minute. Like,
Right.
how to have sex with 2 women a day, it's going to be relevant now as relevant as it's going to be 20 years from now. So,
Right.
I mean, unless everybody just turns the gay.
Exactly.
So,
Exactly.
even then, the game in there will still make sense
Right. Right.
because the game in there goes beyond genders. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Right. Exactly.
So,
Real talk.
Stop playing, son. Niggas is spitting their own truth to y'all. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Niggas is spitting the truth to y'all.
Real fucking talk, bro. Real fucking talk. But anyway, so listen, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to get into the topic. We're going to be talking about the illusion of competition in the dating game. You guys are listening to The Bad Boy Show. Do you want to learn the easiest way to have more sex with more women? Then get the critically acclaimed book, How to Have Sex with 2 Women a Day. In this book, you'll learn everything you need to know about attracting and sleeping with beautiful women. That's How to Have Sex with 2 Women a Day. Get your copy today at MrLocario.com. That's MrLocario.com. MrLocario.com. Are you an actor who needs headshots? Do you have an event or a wedding coming up and you need a photographer? If you do, make sure you go to PavionPhoto.com. Pavion is a professional photographer who will supply you with high-quality video and photography services for any event. Contact him at PavionPhoto.com. That's PAVION Photo.com. PavionPhoto.com. All right, people. We are back. We are back on The Bad Boy Show. And so we are talking about the illusion of competition in the dating game. All right. So why do we say the illusion? Okay, because what you got to understand is competition actually is an illusion, right? Because there is no competition, right? And what I mean by this is there's only one you. So there's no point in the competition because you actually are the only one that's there, that if a girl wants to fuck with you, she got to fuck with you. She can't get the experience of you through me or Miles. She has to go to you. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
So competing makes no sense. It's basically a waste of time. You see what I'm saying? So it's kind of like I always use that the McDonald's and Burger King example. The thing is, right, if I want a Big Mac, I got to go to McDonald's. You understand what I'm saying? If I tasted a Big Mac, I was like, yo, this shit is great. I love it. I can't go and say, I want to get this Big Mac again. Let me walk up in Burger King and I'll be like, let me get a Big Mac. And they're like, we don't do that here. And then I got to go back to McDonald's, right? So is Burger King and McDonald's really in competition? No, because they got different shit. Even though they both got burgers, they have different types of burgers. So if I like this type of burger, I got to go to that fucking store. You understand what I'm saying? So it's, you know what I mean? So it's crazy. So that's the thing that guys got to understand is that when you're out here in the game, you trying to compete with other dudes or you trying to, compare yourself to other guys, you're basically wasting your time and wasting a lot of energy, and you're not focusing on yourself and focusing on what you could do to actually make the game work for you. You see what I'm saying? Because you got a lot of guys out here who I get emails all the time or even comments on videos where they'll say stuff like, the good looking guys are the ones who get all the girls, right? Now, by you saying that, what you're doing is you're comparing yourself to other dudes. You feel what I'm saying? You're saying, well, this guy over here is better looking than me, so that means he's going to get more girls. You feel what I'm saying? So instead of the conversation in your head being, hey, what do I need to do for myself to get women? You're constantly thinking about this other guy who you think is good looking, who you think is getting more girls than you. You see what I'm saying? There's two different thought processes here. You're focusing on that aspect and you're not focusing on you. You feel what I'm saying? And also what you got to understand is that when you realize that there is no competition, you also realize that looks don't matter. This is why I be trying to hit you guys in the head over and over and over and over and over and over again when I say looks don't matter. Because what does that mean in the realm of what we're talking about with competition? That means that if you can think this guy is better looking than you, right? But a girl could see you and that guy and think you are better looking than him. Do you understand what I'm saying? Because of her own personal thought process of what is physically attractive to her. Do you understand what I'm saying? So you trying to compete with that guy that you think is good looking is a waste of time because she don't even want him. She's not even feeling him. She's not even attracted to him physically. But see, a lot of guys get this thought process of thinking, well, but this guy looks like Channing Tatum and all these girls think Channing Tatum look good and I just look like a regular average guy and yada, yada, yada. You understand what I'm saying? But see, what you got to understand is that each individual woman is going to have her own tastes on things. And on top of that, women also have multiple tastes on what they find physically attractive. See, y'all think that a woman has this one idea of a guy she finds attractive or a one type of guy and that's it. You understand? And if you're not that type of dude, then she's not going to be attracted to you or want to bother to talk to you. It's the same way where you might have a preference of a type of girl you like, but there's a number of different girls that you see that don't fit into that preference that you think is cute and you would still fuck with them. So the same thing happens for women. It's not just this, one type of guy that has to be 6 foot tall that she's going to fuck with. She's like, yeah, I like the 6 foot tall guy, but I still fuck with the guy who's 5'7". It don't make a difference to me. You feel what I'm saying? If he's cool, if I'm attracted to him, if we have that shit going on, then we can make it happen. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
But see, dudes, they always think about the game in this like one linear way. It's like, all women only like Brad Pitt and Channing Tatum and Idris Elba lookalikes. Now, if you don't look like them, then you're fucked. And I'm comparing myself to these guys because, if I don't look like them, then it's basically telling me that I have no chance. And that's how dudes think. And this is why they have trouble in the game. You feel what I'm saying? And it sucks, that these guys think that way because what you got to say is that another man looking better than you is an opinion. You feel what I'm saying? It's an opinion. Y'all don't get it. Y'all think it because of course, you're going to have the person with the straw man argument. They're going to be like, oh, but what about if a guy has one eye and half his ear chopped off? And is he going to be better looking than a guy that's like a male model? They always love to come with the fucking straw man arguments. You feel what I'm saying? And most of you listening here don't have one eye and one ear. You understand what I'm saying? So let's stop the bullshit. You know what I mean? So a lot of you dudes out there, like, you got to understand that there's no reason to compare yourself because there's a reason why everybody is different. Everyone has to be different. You understand what I'm saying? The difference is what makes the world go round. It has to be that way. You understand? Right. Everything isn't going to be the same type of shit. And the difference is because you need balance. You understand? Like, think about it this way. Do you know that if every woman was attracted to you physically, that would not be a good thing? Do you understand? Think about that for a second. If every woman was attracted to you and thought you were hot and sexy and all this, that would not be a good thing. I'll tell you why. One, it wouldn't be a good thing because you're going to have way too much energy coming at you. Do you understand what I'm saying? And you're not going to be able to handle that. You understand what I'm saying? Like, just logistically. Like that's not the good thing. It's almost like, you know, when you see a celebrity walking around and everybody's jumping on them and that celebrity fucking is trying to run for their life. That's that type of energy, because they've propped that person up in the grand scheme of things so that everybody's recognizing them and seeing them. You understand what I'm saying? That whole celebrity shit is an artificially made thing. And that artificially made thing is why you have that unnatural occurrence to that person. And then they can't handle that shit. You see what I'm saying? They have a video of the rapper Lil Uzi Vert at a concert he was doing. And I think something happened where he was like coming off stage or trying to go backstage or something. And then these motherfuckers chased him down. That nigga ran so fast and jumped over the goddamn gate. You understand? To get away from these motherfuckers. You understand what I'm saying? So it's all that energy is not natural for that to be that all that force of energy to be coming at that one person. You see what I'm saying? And so the thing is, if every chick was into you just off the bat, oh, every girl thinks you're hot, that would not be a good thing. One, because of that. And two, it wouldn't be a good thing because now if you have all those people, all those women liking you, right? What happens is that you have no context to appreciate any chick. Do you understand what I'm saying? Because you get everything. So when you get everything, you have no appreciation for the things you get. Do you see what I'm saying? This is why you have a lot of people who are rich and who are spoiled, who sort of just, you know, they're just some spoiled assholes and they just kind of like take shit for granted. You feel what I'm saying? And so you would take the whole process for granted because you don't have that balance. You understand? The reason why you actually get a feeling of excitement when a chick fucks with you or has sex with you or is being cooperative is because you are, you know, comparing that to when chicks weren't cooperative, when chicks were rejecting you. You understand? It's always that comparison happening on the subconscious level. But if you had all that going on, you wouldn't be able to appreciate the chicks that do fuck with you, because if you had all the chicks fucking with you, there would be no appreciation. You just take shit for granted and just be like, whatever. You understand what I'm saying? It's that type of shit. You know what I mean? And that's the thing that, you know, you got to understand is that conflict is the thing that makes you appreciate the shit. Like this is I think the show on Netflix, I think it's an anime show, it's called One Punch Man. You ever heard about that? And yes. And so the One Punch Man he's like some superhero guy where he's able to hit people and kill them with one punch or knock them out with one punch. So him defeating the enemy is so easy that in the show it shows how bored he is, how, you know, how it just kind of like he's just like, you know what I'm saying? And that's what it is, because there's literally no fucking balance or struggle for him to overcome, for him to appreciate. You understand what I'm saying? Like that's not there.
Right.
So
there's no challenge.
Right. So for all you guys out there who's like, oh, well, it would be so great if I could have all these girls that I want. No, you got to appreciate all the shit. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
And so the thing is that you have to understand that there's going to be girls who don't like you and there's going to be girls who are going to like you. And this is why when I talk about looks don't matter, I'm saying that it does matter in the sense of the girl who likes you or who's physically attracted to you is attracted to you because of your look, right? But I'm saying it doesn't matter because in your comparison to you and some other guy who has some quote unquote model looks, it doesn't matter, because if that girl isn't into that guy with the model look, right? It doesn't matter because she might be into your look. So it's all subjective. And again, see, this is so important for you guys to not think on the level of, you got to think critically about shit. Because a lot of guys, I had this one guy say that to me one time. He was like, oh, well, all girls, and he said all girls are going to be into a guy who looks like a model. You understand? And what you have to understand is that all girls are not going to be into a guy who looks like a model. You understand? I've known girls who told me I've seen model dudes. I fucking used to model with polo jeans, so I fucking hung out with models. You understand what I'm saying? And I do a lot of fucking research. This is why I've come to a lot of knowledge of the game, because I'm always digging in and I'm always asking questions. So I remember there was times where I'll be out with my model friends and I'll be talking to chicks, and some of the chicks will be receptive, some of the chicks won't be receptive. I actually had this chick that I was talking to one time, and one of my boys tried to holler at her, and he's a model. He's one of them dudes that you see on the Abercrombie and Fitch bags and shit with his shirt off and all that other stuff. And so she was telling me how she was like, oh yeah, he seems kind of moist. He seems kind of gay. You feel what I'm saying? And so that whole like gay, she was like, he doesn't seem masculine enough. She was like, I like guys with hair on their chest. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
It's certain things that certain women are like, and certain women do like the model look. You understand what I'm saying? But this is why it's so good that there's differences, because there's something for everybody. You feel what I'm saying? And since there's something for everybody, you don't have to compete. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
You don't have to fucking compete. Like, you trying to compete is a fucking waste of time. You understand? It's so crazy, man. It's like,
Let me say something real quick.
Right.
I think where a lot of us get it wrong is that, when people say things like it's like, philosophically speaking, there is no competition. It's like the average mind thinks that we're saying that everything is going to be easy. You see what I'm saying?
Right, exactly.
But that's not the truth. The truth is that there's no competition, but it doesn't mean that there won't be challenges.
Right, exactly.
You see what I'm saying? So the thing is like, yeah, there's no competition because you're an individual and there's no one else like you. However, you still have a challenge of how hard you want to work.
Mm-hmm.
You still have a challenge of building your mindset.
Right.
You understand? You still have a challenge of coming to your understanding of the game so you can do what you need to do to get what you got to get.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Just because there's no competition don't mean there's no challenge.
Right.
There is a challenge, and usually the challenge lies, again, just like how we say the truth is inside you, usually the challenge lies within yourself. You don't have nothing to do with nobody else. But a lot of times, since, it could seem so hard, it could seem like the challenge is so big that it's like, well, I gotta try to blame this shit on somebody else. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, oh, well, it's because that guy's taller than me why I didn't get the girl. Or it's because he looks more like a model and I don't, why I didn't get the girl. You know what I'm saying? But the true reason why you didn't get the girl is probably because you showed up late to the club.
Right.
Like, if you had spoke to her first, you probably could have got the broad.
Right.
Exactly.
Or
if you was a little bit more confident, because how many times have you been in a situation where you step into the club or the lounge or the party or whatever, but because you a little scared or nervous, you stand around and stare at the bitch for about a half hour.
Right.
And in between that time, niggas who are more confident than you go up to the broad and holler at her.
Right.
See what I'm saying?
And then they end up getting her.
And they end up getting her.
Right.
And then by the time the other niggas start hollering at her, then your self-talk gets even more negative. It's like, oh, well, she's talking to this guy, and she probably knows him, or I see that they're having a good time together, so I'm not gonna bother to try to holler at her anymore. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, so the real challenge, or the real competition, if you will, is only within yourself.
Mm-hmm. Real talk.
You know what I'm saying? So if there's anything you need to work on, it's yourself, and that's the basic underlying message of the game that we spit here. Like, it's all about yourself, man. It's all about yourself. You got to work on yourself, and there's no competition except with that fucking stupid voice inside your head telling you not to go holler at the girl. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Because the thing is, all you really need to do is compete with yourself. That's it. That's all the competition there is, because,
if anything.
Right.
If anything. But the point is that when you reach a certain point of the game, when you get advanced enough and you realize 100% that there's no competition, because it's easy to realize it externally that there's no competition, right?
Right.
You can look in the mirror and say, well, Mr. Lucario said there's only one me, and if a bitch want to fuck with me, she got to fuck with me. Just like if she want a Big Mac, she got to go to McDonald's, right? If it's almost easy to say that because externally there's no competition. But internally, when you advance your game to the point where the voices in your head the subconscious voices in your head actually are in tune with your desires and the things that you actually want.
Right.
That's when you realize that there's absolutely no competition, because everything inside yourself is working in unison towards getting you what you want.
Right.
See what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So as soon as you step up into that party, you already know that you dress, your appearance is good. You know your clothes is clean. You know you smell good. Like, these are things that you know. Like, cologne, check. Clean shirt, check. Nice shoes, check. I got a watch, check. Like, next thing, boom. I see the girl, bang. I'm walking towards her right now. As soon as I see her, I'm walking towards her. Your fucking legs are moving in the same direction. Your mind is moving in the same direction. Everything is moving in the same direction. The voice in your head as you're walking towards the girl is saying to you, this bitch wants me. This
Right.
bitch gonna come home with me tonight. You see what I'm saying? I'm about to let this girl know that I'm who she needs to be fucking with out of all the niggas in this party. You feel me?
Right.
So the voice in your head is working together. Everything is working together, and that's the true moment when there is absolutely no competition. Because
Right.
ain't none of the niggas in the party fucking with you, because none of them ain't you, and that's your external possibility of competition. But internally, there's absolutely no drawback. There's no hang up. There's no lack
Right.
of confidence. Everything is moving towards what you want, which is that chick over there, and you're gonna go holler at her.
Right.
And that's when your fucking game is on point. You've been fucking with the Bad Boy membership for at least a few months, and you know your shit is on fucking point, and there's absolutely no competition at that point.
Real talk, real shit. And it's interesting because I was listening to this podcast, and this dude, he was basically saying, like, what people don't realize is that, or they're not, aware, or they don't stop to think that, everything that you experience in life is really coming, like, from you. It's coming through you. Like your experience is something that you and only you experience, because you are you. You understand? Like, all the things that you feel and you that happen to you. Like, even he was saying, like, if a person touches your hand, you feel how it feels for them to touch you, but you don't feel their hand. You don't feel how their hand feels. You understand? You feel how you feel with their hand on you. Like, you feel the feeling of their hand touching you, but you don't feel them. Like, you don't know how they feel. So the thing is that everything that you're experiencing is coming, from inside you. You feel what I'm saying? So when you're going through this life, right, there's no reason for you to worry about anybody else or competing with anybody else, or thinking about, oh, this person has this and how come I don't have this, what they have, and this and this and that. Is because at the end of the day, it still always comes back to you, right? So even if you see a guy at the club talking to some chick, that you think is hot, and he ends up, talking to her, flirting with her, he's making out with her, all this other stuff, you're not doing any of that. You're still standing there. You feel what I'm saying? So
right.
what does that situation have to really do with you getting what you want to get done? You understand what I'm saying? And this is what we're talking about. It's like, yo, if you're wasting time worrying about everybody else and what everybody else is doing and what's happening with everybody else. And see, the problem is, because even in that video I was talking about, where the dude was talking about being a black guy and, the white boys get more attention and all this other stuff. And I already debunked that, because I'm like, look, go look at RSD videos. There's nothing but white boys in the audience. You feel what I'm saying? So it ain't like white boys got the shit easy. You feel what I'm saying? All niggas going through everything when it comes to fucking with chicks. White, black, Asian, Indian, it don't matter. You understand what I'm saying? But again, you worrying about that doesn't really do anything for you, though. You feel what I'm saying? It doesn't do anything for you. At the end of the day, it's like this. Imagine you're on a fucking boat, right? And your boat is sinking. and then you see another person, you know, across the way, on a boat, like miles away, are you going to be sitting there like, oh man, you see that guy with that boat? That's messed up. I wish I had a boat like that. I wish my boat wasn't sinking. How come his boat isn't sinking? How come his boat is sailing? Are you going to be sitting there thinking that? Or are you going to think about, damn, what am I going to do about my boat sinking? What can I do right now in my situation to stop my boat from sinking? You see what I'm saying? I'm like,
Exactly.
you know what I mean? Like, what the fuck you worrying about this motherfucker for? You feel what I'm saying? Worry about your shit. What are you going to do about your situation? And that's what we're talking about. Because I get so tired of hearing guys, oh, but you know, statistically, these type of guys get things happening. Oh, this guy right here, because he has money. Who gives a fuck? Worry about you. You understand what I'm saying? Do your thing. You understand? Don't worry about what some other dude is doing or trying to get with. No. What about you? You understand? And understand that you don't need to worry about anybody else, because everything that you are going to, you know, make happen and get and all this other stuff all comes from you and how you apply yourself in the game. You understand? And this is why we teach this stuff. This is why I've said this a million fucking times. The game is about you. You understand what I'm saying? The game is about you. That might have to be the next seminar. It's going to be called The Game is About You. You feel what I'm saying? Because cats is like, I don't think dudes understand this yet. It's about you. What are you doing to get the things you need to get? What are you doing to improve your skills?
Hey, let me say something real quick. The guy, it was funny. I was doing this event, and it was a guy there. He looked weird. He looked weird. First of all, I thought the nigga was gay. Right. Not that it means anything, you know, but I just thought he was gay by the way he was acting. And there was this girl with him. Bad bitch, too.
Right.
So I was like, this nigga's gay. That must be some bitch he brought, like, for moral support or something. Now, this nigga ended up modeling, because it was a pageant thing. I was photographing. He ended up modeling on the runway, right?
Mm-hmm.
He ended up singing, and he won an award.
Right.
And later on, when I was taking pictures of him and the bitch, they was getting all touchy-feely and shit. Come to find out that's his bitch.
Right.
Now, the point I'm trying to make is the dude's appearance, though. First of all, he's mad effeminate, and the dude, just like textbook-wise, he's ugly because he has a hair lip. I don't know if anybody knows what a hair lip is, but some people they're born with these. It's like your lip doesn't fully form over your teeth.
Right.
So you get this like weird looking thing in your face, and it's just like it's just ugly because it's abnormal. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Now, of course, beauty is in the eye of the beholder, but I'm just trying to make a point that this guy, and he also did a little speech and stuff, and he was like, yo, you know, I was born a certain way, and everybody told me I couldn't do this and do that, and blah, 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 blah. But, son, the nigga's an effeminate, weird-looking weirdo.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
in my individual, eyes. Like, just being honest, how I feel about him when I look at him. But son, the niggas broad look like so if Sofia Vergara had like a 23-year-old daughter,
wow,
that's his bitch. You understand what I'm saying? And he's up there singing, getting awards, performing. He hollered at me talking about, yo, I need some photos because I'm about to meet up with Calvin Klein next week and da-da-da-da. Like, you understand? He's traveling the world modeling and shit. You feel me?
Right.
So it's like it's really only you. Now that same dude could have said to himself, "Man, I have a hair lip. I'm ugly. I have no talent. I'm gonna just fucking sit in the house all day." You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But no, he didn't do that. He went the other way. He told himself he was good looking. Started researching modeling companies. Got into modeling and shit. Got into singing. Got into pageants. And his bitch is bad as shit. Like what? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And he was short. I was taller than the nigga.
Wow.
And I'm only like 5'6" and change. Like, You feel me?
Right. That's crazy.
So what excuse do you have? What after with that story, with that true story? What excuse do you have? You know what I'm saying?
Right. Real talk, man. Like, dude, I'm telling you, man. It's all about getting, your mindset right. This is why I keep telling dudes, like, because it's the thing that kind of pisses me off is I don't like, like when a person says, you can't do something, like. That pisses me off to hear someone say you can't do shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, you could never make it. You could never do that. That type of stuff is like, watch me do it, nigga. You feel what I'm saying? Watch me get this shit popping. What are you talking about? That's why, like, you remember old school Kanye West when Kanye West first came out? Like, I was fucking with him heavy. You feel what I'm saying? Because old school Kanye, he was like, yo, y'all motherfuckers talking about, oh, I just need to keep producing. Fuck that. I'm gonna start rapping. Oh, you talking about I'm not gonna be able to rap? Watch me rap with my mouth fucked up. You feel what I'm saying? Like,
right, your jaw wired up.
Like, yo, Kanye had mad times where he could have said fuck it. You feel what I'm saying? He could have been like, oh well, dudes don't like my beats. Let me just quit. Or, oh, dudes don't want me to rap, so let me not rap. Oh, I got in a car crash. Let me just chill. You feel what I'm saying? But he just fucking kept doing his shit. And the thing is that that's where the thing comes in, where it's like you got that mindset to where you're focusing on what you can do to better your shit, to better your situation. And then that's when you start getting results. You feel what I'm saying? So forget about all this worrying about other people, comparing yourself to other people. Cause, Kanye could have been like, oh, but I'm not as good as a rapper as Jay-Z or Cameron or all these other guys. And I like, you know what I'm saying? The nigga's like, fuck that. I'm doing me. You feel what I'm saying? And that's that.
Yep.
And
I'm gonna design sneakers.
Right.
I'm gonna fucking design clothes.
Right.
I'm gonna design all my music videos and shit.
Right. You know what I'm saying? So you just gotta just do your shit, man. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Anything else you want to say before we get out of here, Miles?
Bad Boy membership and 30-minute personalized coaching session.
Exactly. You guys got to get up on that. Make sure you guys, I'm going to leave the link below for the 30-minute game sessions. Make sure you click the link below so you can sign up and get 30 minutes of coaching, and we will get it popping. Also go to badboymembership.com. All right. So that's pretty much it, guys. We are out of here, and we will see you guys next week. Remember, the truth is inside you. Peace. We gone. We out.
Peace.
Later.
Hey, what's up? It's dating and life coach Mr. Locario. Go to badboymembership.com and master the dating game by joining my Bad Boy membership program. In this program, you'll receive 45 through 90-minute, easy-to-follow, step-by-step dating advice tutorials that's guaranteed to help you attract, date, and have sex with beautiful women. Join the Bad Boy membership today by going to badboymembership.com. That's badboymembership.com.